everyone, welcome to Power Food Families, where I help you make healthy eating simple, tasty, and fun. Anyway, today we're gonna get real. I'm gonna be showing you our fridge, and in these videos, this is real life with a real family in real time. So I don't set anything up as to make it look fancy or anything. I'm just gonna show you how it is. So I'm gonna open the fridge and we're gonna see what kind of ingredients are in there, and you're gonna get a little sneak peek into a secret that you might not know about us. And so when I pull things out of the fridge, why don't you look and see if our fridge might look a little bit different than other people, of the ingredients and things that might be in there. All right, here goes. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, this is really what it looks like. Okay, yes, it's messy. That's why I'm taking everything out, so we can clean it today. And this is a little sneak peek. I'm gonna take everything out, put it on the counter, and we're gonna talk about what we have in here and maybe why we have it in here. We're gonna take a look at our freezer. I don't know if I'm gonna pull everything out today, but yeah, we got some frozen veggies, some almond flour, some edamame, stir-fry veggies, woohoo, Brazil nuts, selenium, one a day, one a week, whatever. There's varying views on that. But this is what it looks like. Any clues as to our secret yet? Condiments, because that's not important. The important part is what's in the main part of the fridge. That's what we're eating on a more of a daily basis. So we're gonna do a little run through. I did find a few rotten cuties. They weren't quite rotten, but they were old, so they had to go. And what's with this? I guess they were hiding in the fridge. 2 yellow curries. This is the biggest thing I've ever seen. Probably it's from Amazon. I should make some more yellow curry because it looks like I got lots of curry paste. Then we love to do this on pizza. And capers. These are really good with a chickpea salad, kind of give it an umami flavor. I'm actually not going to show you all the stuff here, but I do want to show you what my favorite things are and why they're my favorite. So, homemade peach syrup pancakes. We do pancakes once a week, and I had leftover pancakes in there. Sweet, simple, fast breakfast. Sushi is awesome. Sushi ginger, because we like sushi bowls. They're really easy. I'll show you that sometime. And of course, we have some sauerkraut and some kimchi for our probiotics for gut health. And I also have a yogurt start here somewhere. That's in this little jar. I make some soy milk yogurt, so I always keep a start left over. Looks like our yogurt's gone. I'm gonna have to make that soon. Our favorite tortillas, we always try to keep some of these cooked so that wraps are easy to make for lunches. And if you notice, I like seasonings. So chili crunch, this was a Costco and I thought it looked tasty because I like to make Asian food. So I like to put these on all kinds of bowls. We need a little bit of spice in our life, right? And okay, this should not have been in the fridge. Empty pickles. I used this last week. I finished it off. I must have forgot to put it in the sink. Fridge pickles are one of my favorite things to have in the fridge to give flavor and crunch to different dishes. And I like to do things simple. So when I buy big things of regular heads of garlic, they tend to go rotten because I don't use them fast enough, because I like the lazy method of having them already minced. Even though using a mincer isn't so hard, this is just convenient. So this is one of the staples that I keep in the fridge. Cabbage fridge pickles. Of course, a leftover avocado. What's our other favorite? We always have maple syrup in there. We like things sweet. And okay, this is another fun thing. This is chocolate syrup. It's Hershey's cocoa powder, sugar, and water. It's what's on the back of the Hershey's cocoa powder container. And our kids like it to be able to put on, funny thing, rice with milk, cocoa rice. It's something we grew up with. I grew up with, and we would have that Sunday nights sometimes. So the kids like that for breakfast sometimes. Put a little flaxseed in there, use some soy milk for protein and some nuts, and or peanut butter in there. They like peanut butter in there. Put some chocolate syrup. They used to sell the 3-ingredient chocolate syrup at Costco. They don't anymore. Usually it has corn syrup. So we make our own. It's full of sugar. It's not that healthy, but at least we know what's in it. We always have to have salsa. This is really great on baked potatoes or rice bowls or burritos, anything. Salsa is awesome. So condiments to make things good. Okay, this is our favorite, cashew queso. This is also good on grain bowls. And we just had it on tacos last night, or you could do it on noodles for mac and cheese. So that's what we like. And what else do we have? Usually some sort of plant-based milk. It's less inflammatory, doesn't mess with people's guts when they are lactose intolerant. This looks funny, but this is black beans I just cooked up last night for our tacos. And if you don't know how to store radishes for longer shelf life, put them in a jar with a teeny bit of water. Same with some celery. I did the same thing. It works really great to just put it in a little bit of water, and it stores in the fridge much longer. Actually, we've had these in the fridge for a couple of weeks. Change out the water every few days. So if you want to last longer, that's a great way to do it. And if you noticed, I pulled out a bunch of sprouting seeds. I got alfalfa, broccoli. Broccoli's awesome for sulforaphane, alfalfa seeds. So these are great on top of salads or bowls. Add a nutritional kick. Sprouts are amazing. You just do it in a mason jar. That's how we do it. And then the artichoke hearts, they're gonna go with the sun-dried tomatoes, pizza night, yum. And of course we have fruits and veggies, shredded carrots. This is another quick, simple tip if you want to do, what do we put this in? Ramen. We like to put this in ramen, and it makes it some quick veggies to put in there with some frozen peas. You can put some edamame in there as well. Miso, this is our other fermented food, so great for your gut health. Pickles, everybody likes pickles, so we have pickles. Applesauce is a staple at our house. In my good days, I used to can applesauce, but it seems like I've run out of time. So I buy the Costco, no sugar added applesauce. It's great in baking, great for eating, all kinds of things. And I always have some sort of beans. I had the black beans, seasoned black beans from last night. We have some leftover broccoli. These will make a great lunch. Broccoli, black beans, put some whole grains there, put some bell peppers on there, shredded lettuce, sweet, better than bouillon. This is one of my favorite bouillon products because it's a veggie-based seasoner, and it's pretty great. So I use this instead of buying stock where it's a lot of water. So it's concentrated paste, easy to put in, mixed with water, and it's great. So peanut butter, this is also one of the last staples I'm going to show you. Make sure when you are getting peanut butter that the only thing it has is peanuts and then salt if you want salt. So if it has oils in it or if it has corn syrup, those are stabilizers, and they're things that you don't need in peanut butter. Peanut butter already has a lot of oils just from the peanuts naturally. So when you get natural peanut butter that's just peanuts or just peanuts and salt, you stir it once and then you put it in the fridge and it won't separate anymore. This size jar is my favorite because it's easy to get a knife to the bottom. It's not hard to stir. When we had the Adams peanut butter, I had to dump it all in a bowl because the thing's so big. I had to dump it in a bowl and then stir it up. It made a big greasy mess. It was a pain. So I get this one now and it's much easier. It might cost a little bit more, but that's all I'm going to tell you about our fridge stuff. We have some other random things, but those are typical things in our fridge. And I tend to have yogurt as well when I make that. You're probably wondering what's this weird thing in this picture. We were playing around making horchata because why not? It's fun to try new things, and I've done it before. It's a pain. I remembered why I never do it. But that's what this is. And I wonder if any of you guessed what's different in our fridge. You probably didn't notice any eggs or cheese or meat. And so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Yes, we eat plant-based. At home, we're 100% plant-based. If the kids want to choose to eat differently outside of the house, then I let them make that choice. They understand, the health benefits of eating whole plant foods. And the reason I don't think eating whole food plant-based is for everyone, I think it has great benefits. We've done a lot of research and I've learned a lot in my studies of just the benefits of whole plant foods. And so for us, it just makes eating healthy food really easy because that's what we have available. And so we like to eat this way for long-term health benefits. When we changed the way we ate about 6 years ago, we used to eat a lot of cheese and a lot of eggs. It was simple. It was easy to go to for lunches. And so by taking that out, it kind of forced me to learn new ways to cook things in simple ways that still provided the same nutrients. Like beans, for example, we try to get at least beans every day, whether it's hidden in a smoothie so that the kids like it better, or hummus. Hummus is something we have in the fridge. This is just a little pack. These are so convenient to take when you're traveling. It doesn't need to be refrigerated if it's for short periods of time. You can just take it with you. It's great with crackers and veggies. So we usually have a giant thing of hummus. We use that a lot, like on baked potatoes or on bread. We'll use it on toast in the morning, and you can put some pickled onions, put some sauerkraut on it. Anyway, hummus is a favorite at our house. But so yeah, the reason why we choose to eat more plant-based is it just makes healthy eating a lot more simple because those are the choices we have. And it's interesting as we've gone through the years just how we don't desire those fatty, rich foods anymore. And this is something that we gravitate towards even when we're away, that it just tastes a lot better, it feels better in our bodies. So when I work with clients, I don't make them go plant-based. That's not my goal. My goal is really just to help families eat more whole plant foods, because the more you have on your plate, the more fiber you're going to get. 98% of Americans are deficient in fiber. That's the first thing that people don't get enough of. Fiber comes from plant foods. So that's really important. And by eating more plant foods, you're going to get the fiber to help clean out your system. It helps to get rid of cancer, disease, other disease risks. So I feel like it's really important to just add more whole plant foods. Add it to whatever you're eating. So even if you like, the animal-based foods, the eggs and the cheese or the meat, you're gonna kind of push those things aside a little bit by adding more color to your plate. And then that's gonna give you the benefit and give you the nutrients that you need. There's a lot of micronutrients and phytochemicals. They fight disease, so the plants fight disease. And you're gonna hear some things online. People are gonna talk about how in beans there's these nutrients that are toxic and you shouldn't be eating these foods, but the truth is that they produce those to kind of protect themselves in the wild so that the bugs don't eat them, things like that. But really these foods are beneficial. So things like beans, you're going to want to soak them and you cook them well, and that makes it so they're so nutritious and they're not going to be harmful to your health. So just be careful where you're getting your health information. you're getting some from me, but I'm not a physician, but I have studied nutrition. And so that's where I get my information from. And I especially love to study evidence-based nutrition. So those are the things that I like to share with my clients is, I let them be the ones to ask if they're interested in adding more plant-based foods or they wonder how to do it. Then sometimes I'll share some ideas, but I let them come up with the ideas and kind of, they know what's healthy. Everybody knows that fruits and vegetables and whole grains are good for you. Hopefully you still know whole grains are good for you. There's kind of been I think through the years, they kind of have been looked at as maybe negative or they cause weight gain, but when it's in the whole form, your body uses it so much differently and it's going to be so beneficial for your body. So the closer you get to foods and kind of their whole form, or do they look real, colorful, without a package or minimal packaging, minimal ingredients, then the better for your health usually it is. So that's what we aim for, and that's what I try to help my clients improve more of, just to have kind of a healthy, balanced plate. So when I work with clients, one of the things that I share with them is the Harvard Healthy Eating Plate, and I think that's a really great way to look at how some of the nutrients that you need in kind of a balanced way. And it's an evidence-based plate rather than a political document, which the government comes out with kind of their eating guides every 5 years. So that's a document that's not always scientifically based. So I like to use the Harvard Healthy Eating Plate. And if you're interested what that looks like, send me a message and I can send it over to you. I made a fun one with pictures, so it's fun to put up on your fridge. And you can see, am I getting all the nutrients I need, all the food groups I need? And if you eat all plants, it's actually quite easy to get all the nutrients you need. There is healthy fats in olives and nuts and seeds. And then once in a while we do use some oils, and I love to bake because that's fun. So our family enjoys it. And then even broccoli has fat in it if you take it apart, look under a microscope. So you're not going to be missing those things. And then as far as protein, people are like, where do you get your protein? Well, beans have lots of protein and they come with fiber. So your body digests it differently. It's not just going to send fat into your cells. It's going to break down and it's actually going to help clean out your system. So beans are my favorite powerful food to help families eat because they're so important for health. They're one of the biggest longevity foods, and they also decrease disease, and they're budget friendly. So beans are really awesome. They're very versatile, and you can mix them up with meat if you want to just stretch your meat and make it go further, and then still get plenty of fiber there and get the taste that you like with those animal-based foods. Then you can do it that way, and you're adding in the good food and you're still enjoying the foods that you like. So that's one way that I encourage people to incorporate beans. Try to have your environment set up so that eating healthier or eating more whole plant foods is easier. So that's kind of why I wanted to show you this what we have in our fridge, so that you can see maybe, okay, what could I add more of to my fridge to make it easy to get out a meal, to make a meal that's going to be nutritious. You have the ingredients there. Like I said, take shortcuts. You can get stuff that's already pre-cut, pre-chopped. Frozen veggies are awesome. They have, usually it's just the vegetables. Get things that are just the frozen veggies, look at the label, and then they're going to have just as much or even more nutrients because they're picked fresh and then flash frozen. And so they have just as many or more because they haven't been sitting on a shelf for a long time. So that's a good quick way to have veggies that are ready, that aren't going to go bad on you, or even canned vegetables, canned beans. Nothing's wrong with those things, and they can last a long time. They can be ready in a flash. If you haven't gotten groceries for a while, then you can put together a bowl. So if you have any questions for me, I'd love to get comments. Send me an email at sarah@powerfoodfamilies.com. And I would love to hear from you. Maybe share some of your tips on how you make healthy eating easier for you in your home. I do a free nutrition strategy call. So if you're wondering, hey, am I getting all the nutrients I need? Or how do I help my family to eat better? Or I'm taking some GLP-1 medication, or I'm thinking about it because I don't like the way I feel in my body, or I'm trying to lose weight, or for other reasons, I love to work with people on that. And so when we do a consultation call, I like to go over, just hear what you've been doing, maybe things that have worked well for you, things that you've tried in the past that haven't gone well. And then I can help give you just one step to move forward to make your health even better. And you don't have to, it's not a sales call, you don't have to sign up with me or anything, but you can just get some help on the call, and then I get to talk to you and get to know you, so that's really fun for me. So I hope you touch bases with me and keep watching my videos. It's been fun putting these together. So in the comments, if you have some ideas of what you want to learn more of, I know some people have said, hey, I want to learn how to use tofu, because that's something that we love at our household. So I'm going to be doing some videos on that. And next, stay tuned. I think we're going to do a pantry tour. My pantry's a little messy. It might be a little scary. Maybe I'll clean it up just a little. But so that'll be next week. So stay tuned. Hope you have a great week.